Hello everyone, here's my review of the book Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. Holly Jackson is one of my favorite authors, and I have read most of her books, starting with A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, then The Reappearance of Rachel Price, Five Survive, and I thoroughly enjoyed those books. As compared to those books, this book has one specific challenge, that is with respect to the climax, and I will talk about that in just a bit. And let me start with what works well in this specific book. What are the positive aspects? First, I love the story and plot of this book. So this is about a girl, Jet Mason, who will die in the next 7 days, and she is out there to solve her own murder. And that's a terrific idea, terrific plot idea. And I liked the writing style, as always, punchy, short, crisp. And it's a page turning writing style of Holly Jackson. And when it comes to the pacing, also the pacing makes the story tightly knit. So every chapter starts with the countdown timer starts that the protagonist has so many days to die, like 7 days left, 6 days left, 5 days, and with specific date, and that makes the pacing tightly knit. Now, coming to the dialogues of the protagonist, so the voice and the dialogue, that takes a cynical turn, a sarcastic turn, and also dark humor is involved. So in one way, I felt that that is okay, because we are talking about a person solving their own murder, and they are seeing humor in that, and we are not making it too emotional or too dramatic. So these are some aspects that worked out well in the book. Even the clues, just to add on, even the clues were those object clues, those domestic clues, those observations. So few of these aspects are guessable. And what really didn't come out as expected is the climax. So the last climax chapter, I felt, was very rushed and just fit in there, because the suspect or the final murderer who was revealed, so there were no enough clues given to showcase this suspect or showcase this murderer, final murderer. So what could have worked better was the exploration of that suspect, exploration of that murderer could have been better. Instead of introducing the person abruptly, though the person was introduced, but there were no much clues pointing towards that suspect. So that could have been worked on better, and the climax could have been more organic, more sharp, not in a rushed manner. Apart from the climax aspect, I liked the other aspects, starting with the story, starting with the pacing, starting with the writing style, the narration, and so on. So if you are someone who's new to Holly Jackson's books, I would suggest start with A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, and then finally you can come to this one-time readable book, Not Quite Dead Yet.